Alright, welcome to the first episode of Slugs Are Cunts, a year in the life of a container vegetable garden. This isn't really about slugs at all, it's about container vegetable growing in a full-on DIY and amateur manner. I'm going to post videos throughout the year of what I'm doing each month in the garden, and you can join me. The aim of this is to grow something I can eat, to prevent the slugs from eating it first, and to show you that you don't need a lot of money or expertise to do this. It's January the 5th, 2020, and this is the space I'm working with. It's quite boggy, the soil is really poor, there aren't many birds, and there are a lot of slugs. It's not a lot to do outside right now, so it's a good time to start planning. What space are you going to use? If you're planting outside directly, you'll need to start turning your soil and removing little stones. What can you be saving now that will help you as the growing season progresses? Well, in my world, right now, that's plastic trays for seed germination, water bottles, old furniture, bricks. Prepare your vessels. Every container is a space for seed and soil, including bags for life. In fact, they're really handy because they've got handles and they're mobile. You will need some seeds. I'm not endorsing any brands or suppliers, just get what you can from where you can. Decide what you like to eat the most and give it a go. Things are much easier to grow than you think. And the problem is not growing the veg, it's stopping other creatures eating it first. So make a little calendar of when you need to plant things out, and if they have any specific requirements, take note now. All this stuff is online these days. I'm going to build a shelving unit for my seeds out of this old wardrobe so I can put it in the sunniest window I have and optimise my growing space indoors. I'm not sharing any plans because I just made this shit up. Looked online at a couple of pictures, looked at the materials I've got and just gave it a go. You could even just turn something else you have into a shelving unit. You know, stacks of books with a piece of wood across, it really doesn't matter, just use what you have. To be fair, this came out a lot better than I thought. Didn't have any sandpaper and the screws are too long, but it's enough for my needs right now. And here it is in situ. Here are some of the types of plastic trays that it's useful to start saving. Right, what else am I going to need? A potting table in the shed so I don't fuck my back up bending down all the time. I'm going to use some more of the wardrobe. To be fair, these planks are a bit shit for legs, they're not very strong or square, but it's all I have right now. So measure them up and saw them in half. I don't even know why I drew a straight line there because I did not cut these straight. Anyway, if you haven't got a jig for your saw, you can just use any old thing. As long as it's not like indoor furniture or a person, you should be alright. Score little lines in one direction first to get the saw going. If the saw is getting stuck, it's because you haven't got it in straight. By the way, this video is the opposite of ASMR in that you are going to be watching someone use tools incorrectly and in a manner that may or may not lead to injury. But I do want you to try this at home, you'll be surprised. I'm cutting the tabletop in half as it will buckle at that size. And I'm adding a bit of wood to the end so I can screw the legs in, and I'm leaving an overhang for a hook and also because I'm lazy. You definitely need to drill your screw holes first, otherwise you'll split the wood. I mean, generally in this series you'll see that I'm not a fan of unnecessary faff. Some call that laziness, others call it efficiency. You will decide. If around about now you're feeling like you want to contact me and tell me how to use a drill properly or to share some plans for a table, like thank you, really kind, but I would love not to hear from you. Put the screws in a little bit first so you can line things up, and feel free to use the wheelie bin, your leg, like anything as a prop. Just do what you gotta do. My advice to everyone is stop trying to impress people and get the fuck on. Stop trying to make things perfect and just make things good enough. I am not guaranteeing that any of this will work, that I'll be able to grow any veg or that the slugs will be defeated. I promise you nothing, my friends. But I do hope to see you next time when I show you how to plant your first seeds of the season in newspaper plant pots. And remember, slugs are cunts. Try singing to them.